Hello nieces, hello nephews, it's your Uncle Charters here, and today the SPY gave us the big back test of the multi-year trend line that we broke down yesterday, okay? We talked about this in yesterday's video. You can watch it from the 6-minute 53-second mark and forward from there. We talked about the plan and it worked very well today. But first, check out the flow sentiment. Yesterday was very bearish, around 99%. Today's about 90%. For mostly puts, 500k premiums or above, expiration date within 1 month. Okay, so pretty much still very bearish. All right, this was Uncle Charters' plan in the morning. I update my, I give out my notes and my analysis. My trade alerts, I guess you can call it, mostly for the SPY because that's what I mostly trade on here during the day before the market opens. Okay, so the plan was simple. I had a bull case scenario, only bullish if SPY recaptures the 395 to 396 zone. A recapture this level will put us in a false breakdown trade setup, put in 398, 400, 403, then 406 back in play. Okay, so 395 to 396 zone was the big multi-year trend line. Okay, bear case, as long as below 395 to 396, 390 to 391 is the first support or first price target if you're trading with a put or something. If that fails, 386, 384, and 380 en route. Okay, so check here on the 15-minute chart. All my levels are based on the daily or weekly charts, but I execute my trade on the 15-minute chart. Okay, so SPY opened up here, some chopping. It opened below the 390 to 391 resistance zone. Okay, it was back tested and as a resistant in the morning. Some good, nice scalp plays if you played it. All right, but as the day went on, it recaptured that level or cleared that level. You close above, tested as support right here, and pushed all the way up to this orange line. This orange line is the multi-year trend line, okay, at the 395 to 396 zone. That's where I entered a put, and it was mentioned many times in the SPY updates room about what I was going to do and what we should do. Rejection, bearish, all right? Anyways, so that's the big back test and go, all right, based on the daily chart. And if you guys still don't know what backtest and go is, please check out the video of that I post. It's in the description below, where I talk about this trading strategy and I use it every single day when I day trade. Okay, it's a trading tactic and I think it's very effective. Obviously right here is proof, okay, because this level was the big level we lost yesterday. Backtest at a resistance, push it all the way down. I was able to ride it down to around 390, 391-ish, took profits, left a small runner. That's what I do from level to level, okay? Left a small runner, pretty much was able to catch like a $6 move. Very nice. My next play, over here, it captured the 391 level on this candle, but gave us a false breakout, okay? False breakouts are very bearish. I was able to enter on the back test of 391 and rolled it all the way down, hit my 386 to 385 price target. Now, if you watched yesterday's video from the 6-minute to 6-minute 53 seconds and beyond, we talked about this exact scenario and this exact play, and I'm just grateful that it aged very well. And as you can see here, SPY pretty much closed the day in power hour with a nice short squeeze. Will that short squeeze continue? Well, let's talk about it, okay? Let's turn our attention to the daily chart, okay? Now we're looking at the daily chart. So here's that multi-year trend line, okay? Orange multi-year trend line, broke below it yesterday, back tested it as a resistant. Now usually this would confirm more downside, okay? This is bearish price action. Remember when we talked about the triangle pattern like last week or a couple weeks ago? So it's the same scenario, back test and go. Please learn about it in this video that I made, okay? So, but even though that the price action is bearish, we still want to continue to be nimble, all right? So, because I had this nice support line right here. It actually did hit my 386, 85 price target. It bounced and closed above this yellow trend line right here, okay? Now, this yellow trend line comes from the low of August 2021. And we had a couple of tests right here, September 20, 2021, and a couple more tests right here in early October of 2021. Okay, lots of bounces. And today, the S&P 500 was able to close above that. That's where my 391 to 390 zone comes from. Okay, so we close above that. That will be the first support level. If it opens above 391, then this trend line right here will be the first support level, 390 to 391 zone, with the critical one up here around 396. If we clear 396, I think we will get a short squeeze. I know a lot of you guys are waiting for the short squeeze, but I recommend not trying to call a bottom and just waiting for a critical resistance to recapture, which would be this multi-year trend line. Okay, it would be a crazy false breakdown, and I think it would trigger a short squeeze. Okay, especially with so many people so bearish right now. All right, but as long as it's below, all right, that keeps the 390 to 391 in play. That means you stay bearish as long as it's below it. All right, and if 390 391 fails, that puts 386 back in play. All right, which may not hold on the next one. It might hold, but it may chop a little bit there. But if it does fail, 380 is in play. Okay, 380 is my 38.2 retracement level. 380.25 is my 38.2 retracement level from the March 2020 low to the January 2022 high. All right, guys, so please remember the price action. Please remember the support and resistance level, and keep in mind the back test and go strategy. It works. Now, while the SPY was making big moves, the VIX is not making big move. Okay, VIX acting funny, but it did lose a support level around 32.3. This puts 30.2 back in play. Okay, with 29.7. I got a cluster of supports, but the critical one below 30.2 would be around 28 and 25.7. All right, so as of right now, VIX needs to clear 32.3, then 33.4 to be bullish again, putting 36.6, 37.5, and 39 back in play. Okay, so remember, when the price action is looking bullish, that means it's clearing resistance. When it's looking bearish, that means clearing support. Okay, we'll keep it that simple. Triple Q managed to stay above, close above 288 today. It back tested that 232 resistance level, but did not manage to close above it. Okay, we lost that critical level yesterday. We back tested as a resistance today and closed below it. All right, so only bullish if 32 is cleared. Back above 32, I would be bullish. 298, 300s in play. Below 232 keeps 288 in play. Excuse me. And if 288 fails, I would look for puts, because we're probably gonna go see more downside down to 282, then 277, and so on. Okay. Dow Jones has a resistance around 318.3. Okay, so short-term bullish if we can clear 318.3 with resistance around 321 to 322-ish. Above 322 would put 325.5 and 329 back in play. As long as below 318, the next support is at 315, which we hit, and then around 312 to 313 zone. Below that is 310.5. All right. Let me go to IWM first. All right, so the big level that IWM lost yesterday was 172.82. Also, we lost that 174.3-ish level. Back tested both those levels as resistant today, and IWM closed below 172.82. Okay, price action is still bearish. Best time to turn bullish on IWM, and if it clears that 174.3-ish resistance zone, put in the 175.7. 178.5, 180, then 182 in play. Okay, as long as below that, I'm still favoring 168. We got pretty close to 168 today. Then below that is 165. Now let's get to Tesla. Potential double bottom here. Okay, potential. Not sure yet, but it is a potential. All right, that 700.5 support level will be critical. All right. And we also have some support around 717 to 718 zone. As long as that holds, we can possibly test 765.7 again. And if that clears, then we get to 796 to 797 zone. All right. But as long as we are below 765.7, 717 and 700.5 are still support. If 700.5 fails, heading down to new lows. Double bottom potential scenario here is out of the question, and we could drop down to 635, 594.5, then 528 to 529 zone. All right, Apple, you know, big drop. What can I say? At this point, I have some resistance at 143.2. If we can clear that, that would put 146.5 to 147 back in play, and then maybe I'll be a little more bullish with 150, 150. 2.5, then 154.5 back in play. Okay, but as long as, you know, it's not clear and resistant, with 147 being the highest, I still favor more downside. 138.9, we got there. Yup. And below that is 135.4 with 132 to 131 zone in play. All right, guys. So that's what I got for you guys today. Hope you guys was able to make a killing today. And really check out that back test and gold strategy. I think you guys will like it, and it will be a good tactic to add to your arsenals of trading. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much. Family is important, and remember, Uncle Charters loves you. Peace.